You keep having the same conversation with him and it falls apart every time. You try to explain how you feel, but somehow it turns into another argument. But here's what no one tells you. You're not dealing with a communication issue. You're stuck in a pattern that's training both of you to disconnect. And that's why nothing you've said has worked. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that pattern is and why you keep ending up in the same fight. This is one of the most common patterns I see in relationships that feel stuck. It's not that you're not trying. It's not that you're not explaining yourself clearly. It's that both of you are caught in a pattern that you can't see clearly yet. And once you see it, everything starts to make a lot more sense. So let's break down what's actually happening here. Every time you bring something up, it feels like a new conversation. But it's actually not. It's the same pattern playing out again and again. You bring up something that matters to you. He feels overwhelmed, pressured, or defensive. So he shuts down, dismisses it, or pulls away. And when this happens, you feel unheard, so you try harder. You explain more. You push for the conversation to actually go somewhere because you want some sort of a resolution. And that's when either the conversation turns into an argument or it actually doesn't go anywhere. I see this all the time in small moments between couples. Like a client of mine who said, all I did was I asked him please not to joke around with me in front of other people. Then he went quiet for the rest of the night. Or another client of mine who said, I told him something he said earlier that day had hurt me. Instead of talking about it, he just shut down and changed the subject. Or even something simple like, I asked him if you could talk about something that's been bothering me. He got distant, kind of rolled his eyes before we even start. And in all of these moments, she's thinking, why can't we talk about something that's so small? Why can't I share my feelings with him? So if you've been thinking, why do we keep having these moments of disconnection? Why do we keep having the same conversations over and over again with no resolution? It's because you're not in different conversations. You're actually in the same cycle every time. And until you see that clearly, you'll keep trying to fix it the same way, but getting the same result. So now the real question becomes, why does this keep happening even when you're trying to communicate better? Well, that's because it's not just communication. It's actually two nervous systems clashing. What's really happening is this. You're trying to talk, but your nervous systems are responding in completely different ways. Maybe for you, when something feels off, you want to move forward and resolve it. You want to talk it through, to feel heard, to repair it right away because it's just so hard to tolerate that distance and lack of connection. So you move towards it all the time when there's a rupture because that's what helps you stay safe. But for your partner, this moment of tension or something to address can actually be overwhelming. So instead of leaning in, he pulls back. He needs a little bit of space. He needs some emotional distance from you. He just needs less intensity because his nervous system is flooded. And that's how he regulates himself. It's through these means of distance that he's able to self-regulate and bounce back. So what happens now? The more you move toward him and pursue him and get active, the more he shuts down. Because remember, he's just overstimulated right now. So if you approach him with anything, it's just going to mean even more emotional stimulation. So he's going to shut down even more. The more he shuts down, the more quiet he's going to get. The more escalated you'll get in response because you're like, what the hell? I'm pouring my heart out to you. I'm explaining, I'm sharing. Why are you still ignoring me? Why are you still quiet? And that makes you escalate even more. The more you escalate, the more scared it's going to feel for him. The more he's going to go quiet and leave the place or do something even more drastic. And of course, I understand it feels really urgent for you to talk about these things because you want to be soothed and comforted. But suddenly when you do this, it actually backfires. It's not a conversation anymore. It's two nervous systems working against each other. This is why it feels like, why can't we talk about this like other normal couples? These are simple things to tackle. Now you know why. Because in that moment, you're not just talking. You're both trying to feel safe in completely opposite ways. And once you understand that, you'll stop blaming yourself for not saying the right things or not getting it. If you're listening to this and thinking, this is exactly what's happening in my relationship, then you need to catch this negative pattern and tackle it as soon as possible. Because if you don't, this negative pattern is going to take over your relationship, and before you know it, you're going to start feeling resentful, distant, and disconnected from your partner. To help you tackle this pattern, I've created a conflict pattern test that's completely free that will show you the pattern of conflict you're stuck in so you can stop it before it's too late. You can take it at parisacounseling.com/forward-pattern or get it from the link in the description below the video. And stay with me, because the next part is what this turns into over time. Because this pattern doesn't just affect your conversations, it changes how you start seeing each other. Over time, this stops just being like bad communication between us. It starts to feel painful, because this is what it actually looks like. Two people trying to dance together, but each of you has learned completely different choreography. One steps forward, the other steps back. You keep stepping on each other's feet, not because you're trying to hurt each other, but because you're not in sync. And you start doubting the other person's intention. Are you stepping on my foot on purpose? Are you trying to hurt me on purpose? Well, in reality, no. You're both trying to get this dance right, coordinate, be a team. But somehow the way both of you go about it is backfiring and it's not working. And the reason you start questioning, because you're like, I'm in a lot of hurt. Like, why are you stepping on my foot if you really want to dance with me, right? So at some point, you start questioning their intention, whether purposefully they're doing this to you. But the reality is you're both trying. You're trying to connect. He's just trying to not feel overwhelmed. But because it doesn't feel good for you, you start assigning meaning to it. You start thinking, he doesn't care. He's avoiding me. Why won't he just show up for me? On the other side, he's thinking, this is too much. Nothing I say is right. I just need space. So it's not just a mismatch. It becomes hurt, resentment, emotional distance. But even if you see this pattern, you won't be able to stop it, because there are many reasons why he might be shutting down. If you don't know which one you're dealing with, you will respond the wrong way. And every time that happens, you don't just stay stuck. You make the pattern stronger. If you really want to break this, you need to understand exactly why your partner shuts down, so you can respond in a way that doesn't push him further away. And that's exactly what I'll walk you through in the video on your screen right now.